Hey YouTube, coming at you with a viewer submitted battle from a subscriber, Bach Carl. So their team is CHARJABUG. Let me just update the elo. toxapex, CHARJABUG, gastrodon, and in the write-up they say 18 wins, 4 losses with the team struggles mainly with mud boys on the lead, especially as you don't want to swap into your own gastrodon answer if you face them on the lead. Otherwise, it is a great team having a bulk opener and 2 heavy fast move attackers in the backline. toxapex is a solid opener. 18 to 22 games, I had a favorable lead as most people are opening with the Bomb Snow, a Marowak, or Credilli. The 2 back-to-back losses, you'll see I played very poorly as I was still getting to know the team. I panic swapped once, and the second time I got countered by a spicy team for which I didn't know the movesets. Please don't say what are you doing. I know that was terrible. I'll say it if I want to say it. Really enjoying the team so far. Climbed from 2182 to 2357 with an 80% win rate, which is my best performing team in 2 years. Okay, so thanks for the submission. Yeah, I was actually gonna question the like, what do you do against like a Mudboy opener, because it's extremely tough. Because I probably still go CHARJABUG. Honestly, you can't come Gastrodon because Gastrodon could just get like absolutely demolished against a like grass Pokemon. So if it were me and I saw a Mudboy on the lead, I personally would probably go into CHARJABUG, but we'll see if you get any of those and how you played it. Okay, a Bomb Snow. So you said you got great leads a bunch of times. So obviously with a great lead, they will get out into something. Met with a Sea King coming in with your CHARJABUG. Now Sea King is a water Pokemon, but its fast move is poison, so you could have come Gastrodon to resist the poison. But coming in with an electric Pokemon, hitting super effective against that is also fine. Getting Discharge off will take out, and you can potentially get to an X Scissor here on the Bomb Snow, X Scissor, which is super effective. So this may grab a shield, or they'll just 2-shield whatever's in the back. Yeah, that makes more sense. They have to try and sweep with whatever's in the back. Nice CMP on your opponent's going to shield to try and grab the... I don't know if I love this, because they probably have like a Mudboy or something in the back to answer this. I don't like their shield either, quite honestly. And giving up Switch, there's your Grant Mudboy. Okay, you got to read that, and you're both wrong here. Okay, first things first. They CMP you on the thing, which is actually smart on their end. I don't like your shield because their only win con should be trying to 2-shield whatever's in the back. Because they've lost the lead so hard, they need to try and win it with their back Pokemon. What I also like even less than you shielding is them shielding, because once they got your shield from you, then you definitely run 2v1 shield on the back with whatever you have. So they should have let this Bomb Snow go and then come with their Gastrodon, because Gastrodon has a good matchup against CHARJABUG, which you just dumped energy, a great matchup against toxapex, and you don't know what's in the back yet, and if it's a grass you lose, but if it's not a grass, you can probably out 2v1 shield the back Pokemon. So I think your opponent messed up after you messed up. So chipping with Brine, because you then swapped in, so you're kind of locked here, but this Brine should chip enough and that you'd be able to mud slap down with your own Gastrodon. Yeah, what are they doing? They can't take all this damage. Brine still does add up. Poison jabs are resisted and they will add up too. So you said don't say what are you doing, but we are game 1. What are you doing on both your ends? It's okay. We will secure the win here. Let this go. Gastrodon. Nope. What are you doing? Gastrodon. Running Water Pulse on it, so that does chip, but not that it matters. Shield this up and Mud Slap down. Okay. On to the next one. toxapex against Credilli. So pretty good lead. I mean, it is only neutral because they are half rock, but their grass moves are only neutral on you, and it takes like minimum 3 from a non-shadow. Yeah, so it'll take 3 from them. Now, you can probably go Sludge Wave here and then put it within Brine range, because Brine is also neutral because they're half rock. So this will be neutral, does land, which means they are now just Brine range. If you want to be super aggressive, you can shield and probably farm down with Poison Jab, but I would probably just throw the Brine. And they get out into a Turtonator, which means they are very weak. Bad timing there. They are very weak in the back to water if they're coming in here. So we're going to chip with brine. Out comes the mud boy. You know, dragon move would hurt, but you can take it. But it does chip you a lot. My only concern is that if they're coming in here, they may be double weak to this in the back. Right? So draw out a mud boy and then have a grass on the front and then another fire in the back. So my only concern is you're looking at a potential another fire in the back here, which is why potentially you're shielding, because you can maybe read that as well. And there it is. So getting off a move, they're not doing any fast move pressure. It looks like Snarl, so not really doing much fast move pressure and letting it go. This thing is so glassy. Why are they letting that go? You can just come toxapex and force them to throw energy. I would come toxapex and force them to throw energy, and then Charjabug with the volt switch to just run it. And now you got taken out by blast burn, but now you can just, again, you could have done a different order, but it's fine. For alligator, so good lead. Obviously the claws are neutral, but they only have resisted hydros after this. So I mean, those hydros will add up, but with the poison jab sludge wave combo here, you are at a huge advantage. So we will get up, try not to get caught on, throwing it right before baiting, thinking that they have energy, so they will let this shield, but always grab that shield or take it out. That's my philosophy. And they do have crunches, so these actually crunches are doing neutral on you and adding. So you are now very low. You have energy though, so chipping Morpeko with brine, hoping maybe to get to another move, assuming they'll shield everything because it's a Morpeko. Still can't get to a move, so that's fine. Gastrodon, easy. Let the first one go because it is electric. Nope. Morpeko, definitely let that go. And then has full incinerate through. Ooh, or is that the tail end of one? Either way, this is looking pretty ugly. They're just going to farm down now and come out with 100 energy and be able to go back-to-back flies here. Or Brave Bird. It is just a fly, but they'll have another one for sure. And you'll probably not be able to mud slap down. So you're probably going to have to dump some energy here. That's good timing. 3 mud slaps to get to the body slam. This will take out. Morpeko's still back in its original form now here, so you're okay there. Yeah, don't shield the first against Morpeko. Like, let that first move go. There's no point of shielding that one. Electric is not going to do anything to you. Even if it's a hard-hitting move, it's not going to do anything to you. Toxapex against a Bomb Snow, so great lead again. As you said, you had a lot of them. They'll get out into Quagsire. Okay, it's a Water Gun Quagsire. Eventually getting out, I think, a little too slowly. Because now you just let this thing farm. Although I don't know how good a Water Gun Quagsire is. But letting them farm and now get to multiple moves that you could potentially lose switch is not ideal. So going straight for the Earth Power, trying to take it out. See, this is one where I actually would bait. Yeah, okay. Okay. I would bait that one. And you'd be like, what are you doing? What do you mean you're going to bait that one? You say don't bait, and every time we bait, you yell at us, and now you're saying bait? Why? The why is... So, again, 95% of the time, I will never bait. Because I think it is better to grab a shield or take it out. However, context matters. And what is the context here? You have a Toxapex, a poison Pokemon, on their Abomasnow on the lead. So they really want to flip switch, especially when they see a Gastrodon coming to meet their Quagsire, thinking maybe your Toxapex double ground team, like a double Mudboy team. So they are going to probably fight tooth and nail for switch, which means they are likely to shield up everything in this scenario, which means you can more easily bait in this scenario. Those are the 5% of times that I bait, when the circumstances give you that option to bait. So for example, what's another option to bait? If your opponent has one Pokemon left with 2 shields, you can probably bait because they need to shield up everything. So like those 2, plus I'm sure there's others that I'll think of in the moment. But yeah, context matters to when to bait. Again, you don't need to do what I say, but my philosophy in general is grab a shield, take it out, bait in the scenarios where the context gives you the best opportunity to bait. So going to get to the body slam now. Again, they may shield because they're probably going to want to flip switch. Yeah, right? You can see that. I can see that from a mile away. Maybe you can't, but again, context matters. So assuming this is just going to be an Aqua Tail, it is a Stone Edge. Okay, I don't know the counts either. That's fine. So getting off a Brine and now giving up switch as well, which I don't love because now you just showed and now you let them come in here and they're probably going to have an answer to toxapex in the back. Xer does chip. And you do have 2 shield advantage because they double shielded to keep switch. And just going to let this Icy Wind go, which is, again, risky when you don't know what's in the back. And I would assume it's probably some sort of ground to deal with poison. And there's the Gastrodon. Yeah, not surprising at all. So getting off the X-Scissor to chip it. And now you're going to have to shield up anything because they can bait because you have 1 Pokemon left and 2 shields. So you're going to shield everything. So here come Body Slams. Here comes the second one. Jeez, if you lose this, is this one of the games that you said you really effed up? Maybe this is the one where you panic swapped. I don't know. I don't even think this is a panic swap. I think Gastrodon is the right answer to their Quagsire. But it's just very, very... I mean, thank you for the submission. You're a value subscriber. That was terribly played. Okay, another Abomasnow lead. Holy smokes. If I'm going to use a Abomasnow, note to self, hide it in the back. So they are staying in. I mean, they do have a neutral energy ball, which will chip. It's a non-shadow Abomasnow, so it's not going to chip that much. But, oh yeah, takes you to like 60% and lowers your defense, so maybe they can take you out here. Going with the Brine, they do grab the shield and going back to back. They're in the red, so like even resisted is probably enough to take out here. And they're going to commit the double shield, which is crazy. You can shield and flip switch. Yeah, this is one where it's like you probably should because they're fighting that hard to get out of here. Yeah, if they're fighting that hard, if they have like a double ground team in the back, I don't know what the hell they're doing. The only reason you fight that hard is if you're like triple weak to toxapex, but they're not triple weak to toxapex. They have a toxapex. They have an answer right here. So they have a toxapex of their own and a Gastrodon, which means they should have let that go. They should have let the Abomasnow go and just come and got ahead on energy. I guess their assumption was probably a bad one. Well, it's not a bad one. Like if you have a toxapex on your team, you have an answer to a Mudboy in the back. I mean, you don't, but most team comps that build this way would, right? If I have a toxapex on the lead, I've got to cover my ground, my Mudboys, because those are going to be the biggest issues. So I probably have an answer to Mudboy in the back, which is why they were maybe fighting for it, because they have a Gastrodon in the back. So they thought that you probably had an answer. So they were fighting for switch, but just not correctly. Okay, Dugong here. Resisted moves except for drill run. So resisted ice shards, super effective drill runs. It's non-stab. Oh, why would you bait? Okay. It's non-stab. These sludge waves will add up unless they like want to just try and continue to lower your attack. No, they just let this go and then get out into a Kingdra. So again, I think you need to come faster here. Let me just pause it. The lowering of attacks and defense do make a pretty big difference in your ability to take damage and dish out damage. So when you have 2 neutral Pokemons, right? You have Electric will do neutral on CHARJABUG because it's half Dragon, half Water, and Gastrodon is your Mud Slap user. There's no point of staying in and taking damage and letting them, 1, get ahead on energy, and 2, just doing not as hard-hitting poison jabs because they lowered you with Icy Wind. So I think you just like make one of the switches quicker here. Ooh, I am starving. I don't know if you heard that. You got the double attack fall, which is the worst. So this body slam is going to do almost nothing. And the slaps are still doing less because of that And now they get to another move. I think you just let this go at this point. Okay. Or shield. Trying to fight for switch. What was on the lead? You fight. And then you gave up switch. Just to get hit with the drill run. And now see an executor top left. Holy crap. Okay. Sorry. I don't mean to go so hard on you. That was bad too. Which I think you know. I think you said this is a spicy... I panic swapped once, and the second time I got countered by a spicy team for which I did not know the movesets. Was this a spicy team? I don't think Dugong and... Executor is spicy. I don't think Dugong and Kingdra's that spicy, so maybe it was a different one. We'll see. Okay, kind of a weird lead. You're both doing resisted moves, and you both have super effective first charge moves. So the Bone Club super effective here. The Brine will be super effective back. Obviously, does not do a ton. They try and catch. Smart heads up that they were going to try and catch. I think you just play this out. Oh my god, no. Deciding that instead of playing out a neutral matchup, we would come into a Mud Boy and just get absolutely blasted into oblivion and just go down. Are you maybe reading that toxapex is your win con for this? Because that was just a full sacrifice of Gastrodon. Okay, getting the Sludge Wave off. This will take out. They come back in here, and now you have to take super effective fire spins on the Charjabug. And then it's a top. What is happening here? Okay. You went 18-4 with this team. How many losses did I see? I saw at least 3 there that were bad losses. Yeah, I don't understand why. I don't understand why you just sacrificed the Gastrodon into a grass Pokemon and then not shielding anything. Okay, maybe we saw the losses, so maybe we'll see some wins here. Okay. Now, same situation. These Bone Clubs will add up a little more, though. I mean, so will your Brines, but the last one would take 3 to take out. Deciding to go straight Shadow Bone and then coming in Dugong. Gonna meet it with a Charjabug. Now, this thing still chips. Yeah, I think you just let it go. If you want to try and fast move time properly, it is 2 Volt Switches coming here. 1 and no. Okay, that's whatever. It's fine. It's not the worst 4 versus 6. So Discharge does go through, but now they will get to a move. And throwing the neutral X Scissor instead of the super effective Discharge. Yeah, they're low enough. Maybe you're anticipating a catch, but if they were going to catch on the Marowak, that would not be you'd still want Discharge. Gastrodon, going to chip it with Brine and then get out. Banking the move. Don't they have the Marowak left? If they only had the Marowak left, I think you probably would have needed to just switch sooner or chip this with Brine. Because you should be able to take out the Marowak with a 2v1 Gastrodon shield advantage. Just don't go so far behind on energy. Earth Power lands, and then this will be just an easy... I was about to say, I don't even know if you need to... It's very... it's double resisted, so maybe you want to fake it a bit. But I don't think it matters. I think you could just out mud slap this thing anyways. Nice catch though, just to ensure that you can mud slap this thing. And they undercharge, but now you have a move. And their fire spins are resisted, so they're not going to fire spin you down. They may try. They're Shadow. That's kind of their only win con, is to fire spin you down. Yeah, that was their only win con. They had to commit to the fire spin down. Yeah. Okay, a couple more battles here. Talonflame, great lead. They are staying in. I mean, they could Brave Bird and bail. If they have a solid bulk option in the back, if they have Brave Bird here, they can Brave Bird bail. Or fly and bail. Yep, that's actually not... You'll meet them with Gastrodon, but that's not the worst case scenario for them. is to chip in, kind of save 2 shields for their, knowing that they can chip with brine here a couple times, potentially. So going to take a second brine here. Going straight Earth Power. Body Slam, as I mentioned multiple times, is hot garbage. So going to land that Earth Power, take them out. Out comes an Abomasnow. So these extra will be nice. So going straight Toxapex, and then getting caught, but this will still probably grab a shield. I mean, Toxapex is your win con. But I think I would have played it a little differently. I think I would have kept Switch, got in with my Toxapex against the Abomasnow, shielded up an Energy Ball, and if they come Talonflame, still come Charjabug, where you're taking super effective Incinerates, but you're also doing super effective yourself, right? Because your Volt Switches will add up on this thing. Now, you do have an X-Scissor and they're down shield, so this will one-shot. So I don't think it's going to matter too much in the ending, but I'll take that out for the win. Okay, I think there's one battle left here. Charjabug. Not a great lead. Coming with what is the hardest answer? You're honestly lucky. How? I mean, everyone team comp's different, but how in a meta with only 4 typings where Mud Boys are everywhere, do you not have an answer for a Mud Boy if you are a Toxapex or Charjabug? Which I guess you don't. No offense. Would you even... No, you even like acknowledged it. You acknowledged that a Mud Boy... This team struggles mainly with Mud Boys on the lead, right? You've even acknowledged the flaw of the team, which in of itself is a strength. Oh, dumb overfarm on their part. So getting hit with the Gastrodon here, but X's, like, this matchup is not as bad as you think it is, because these X's are really chip and Volt Switches are just single resisted. So yeah, if they go Earth Power and you actually shield an Earth Power properly here, it's just a Body Slam, you can really add up on these X-Scissors. So we're going to commit the second shield here. This one again is just a Body Slam. Now you're at 2 moves. You can go back to back here. What do they have? The Dugong left? Nope, they got their own Charjabug. Did I already see that? Maybe I forgot. So X-Scissor is still neutral here, and it's going to chip a lot. And going to catch the move. Catching an X-Scissor would be huge here. Yeah, so catching a resisted X-Scissor, that is actually a great catch. Now, you can probably live a discharge. Toxapex is bulky enough that you can live this discharge. And get to a brine. Force that shield because you have an X-Scissor loaded. So this will grab a shield. They're going to need to commit to the farm down to get to 2 moves here. And you got a 4 attack, so if they have 2 moves, it's who's going to win CMP unless you get a 1-turn leg. Or maybe they don't have 2 moves. So we'll land this X-Scissor for the win. Okay, so thanks for this mission. Yeah, obviously Mud Boys are pretty tough for this team. At best, you have a neutral Gastrodon. Although Charjabug is actually not as bad as a matchup against Mud Boys as you think. Toxapex is rough, but Charjabug is actually not a bad matchup. Yeah. I don't want to try and repeat everything I said. I gave you some explanations of how I play differently and some things that you might want to think through next time you do some of these things. Anyways, that's it. I don't know if you guys heard my stomach. I was growling there, so hopefully hope you didn't pick up any hunger growls on the thing here. So that is it. I believe this is going up Saturday morning. And then, you know what? The click-through rate for these little their color cups are still great, so I'm going to screw that over by doing a Kabali and Ultra League team from a member this afternoon. So please watch that. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, keep those submissions coming because it's Master League in this next week, and that's going to be much, much worse. So Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.